Family responded to a report she drowned. This conflicts with evidence they've received from their attorney.
These are disturbing last videos of missing people.
Yo, we're out here in the ocean. That is the land. We still have to get to... Wait, where? Oh, we're over there.
From being involved with the cartel.
The masked person come back out and go up to the tank area.
Who, at the risk of his own life, probably saved half a dozen lives and hundreds of thousands of dollars of property value.
Through our investigation, we determined that Dale Kerstetter was approximately $30,000 to $40,000.
To dating wrong men.
Oh, God, what do I do? Oh, my God, I hate my life.
And stalkers that were caught live.
Every time I was stopping and waiting on a spot for me to touch here in my back.
These are the scariest moments.
Who are you? Please get out. No, please get out.
Caught on camera. In the early 1990s, Chelino Sanchez emerged as a prominent figure in Mexican regional music, renowned for his authentic corridos that resonated deeply with many. On May 16, 1992, during a performance at Salon Bugambilias in Culiacan, Sinaloa, an audience member handed him a note. Upon reading it, Sanchez's demeanor noticeably changed, suggesting the message contained unsettling information. Despite this, he continued his performance with unwavering resolve. Later that evening, after leaving the venue, he was escorted by individuals presenting themselves as state police officers. The following day, his life came to a tragic end under circumstances that remain unclear. This sequence of events has led to widespread speculation that the note he received was a threat, though this has never been officially confirmed. Sanchez's legacy endures, and he is remembered for his contributions to music and the mysterious circumstances surrounding his final performance. Life Retreat.
Nancy Ng's disappearance.
Her family responded to a report she drowned. This conflicts with evidence they've received from their attorney.
Nancy Ng traveled to Guatemala in October 2023 for a peaceful yoga retreat, but what should have been a rejuvenating trip turned into an unsettling mystery. On October 19th, she was last seen kayaking on the waters of Lake Atitlan without a life jacket. Her final moments captured in a photo where she smiled at the camera. Then she was gone. What happened next only deepened the mystery. The group she was with left Guatemala almost immediately, avoiding questions and offering little explanation.
My dad, he keeps his phone next to him at night, just like he's hoping for a ransom call, something that will prove that Nancy might still be alive and that she's out there and she's just waiting for us to find her.
Rumors of something more troubling began to spread, but with no clear answers, the speculation grew. Eventually, one witness broke the silence through an attorney, claiming Nancy entered the water willingly, but was lost to the currents. Yet many remain unconvinced. Why wasn't she given a life jacket? Why did those around her refuse to help authorities? The truth of what happened that day on the lake remains just out of reach. Disturbing recording. In September 2014, 30-year-old social worker Kaylin Louder was last seen on surveillance footage leaving her condominium in Murray, Utah, barefoot and wearing minimal clothing, despite the rainy weather. Earlier that day, she had made a series of unusual 911 calls, including one reporting an alleged intruder in her home.
I have an intruder in my house.
Okay, do you know who this person is?
No, I don't.
Were weapons involved or mentioned?
They're not talking or responding. I'm just telling them to leave so I can hear them.
So you haven't seen them, you can just hear them?
Yes, correct.
Though responding officers found no evidence of such an occurrence. Approximately 2 months later, she was later discovered in the Jordan River, about 5 miles from her residence. An autopsy was unable to determine the cause of her passing, and toxicology reports indicated no presence of illegal substances. Authorities found no signs of foul play, but her family remains unconvinced, believing that critical questions remain unanswered. The circumstances surrounding Kaylin's final moments continue to be a source of speculation and concern. Filled in. On January 31st, 2013, 21-year-old Elisa Lam vanished while staying at the Cecil Hotel in downtown LA. A student from the University of British Columbia, she had been traveling alone when she suddenly stopped responding to her family. When she failed to check out, concern grew. Police searched but found nothing, so they released security footage from the hotel's elevator. The video quickly went viral. Lam was seen behaving oddly, pressing multiple buttons, peeking out nervously, and making unusual hand gestures before stepping out and disappearing down the hallway. Weeks later, hotel guests complained about foul-tasting water and low pressure. Maintenance workers checked the rooftop tanks and made a shocking discovery. Lam was inside one of them. The autopsy ruled it accidental, but the circumstances made no sense. The tanks were locked, and accessing them required a ladder and key. How did she get inside? Was someone else involved? Years later, the case remains one of the most chilling unsolved mysteries. Running forever. On June 30th, 2014, 28-year-old Lars Mittank traveled to Golden Sands, Bulgaria, with friends for a vacation. Things took a strange turn after a fight with rival football fans left him with a ruptured eardrum. Doctors advised him not to fly, so while his friends returned home, he stayed behind at a budget hotel. But something was wrong. The next day, he sent his mother a troubling message. He felt unsafe, claiming 4 men were after him. His paranoia only grew. At Varna Airport, security cameras captured him walking in, but within minutes, he ran out in a panic. He sprinted across the parking lot, climbed a fence, and vanished into the surrounding forest. Despite massive searches, no sign of him was ever found. To this day, nobody knows what happened or why he was so afraid. His disappearance remains one of Europe's most puzzling mysteries. Lighthouse Nightmare.
We're out here in the ocean. That is the land. Like, we still have to get to there. Wait, where? Oh, we're almost there.
On May 27th, 2018, Spencer Mugford and Sophia McKenna set out on a late-night adventure toward the mysterious New London Ledge Lighthouse. They seemed carefree, even posting on Snapchat as they sailed toward the structure. But something happened that night. Something no one can explain. Between 2:05 and 2:09 a.m., Spencer's phone made 7 calls to Sophia's mother, but no one spoke on the other end. By morning, their sailboat had washed ashore with no one on board. Days later, Spencer was found, but Sophia was never seen again. No one knows what really happened. Did they get caught in the currents? Did Sophia try to call for help? Theories continue to swirl, but her disappearance remains an unsettling mystery. The lighthouse still stands, watching over the water, but it holds no answers. Last goodbye. Chris Kremers and Lisanne Froon left their host family's home in Boquete, Panama, for a walk with the family's dog. But only the dog returned. The 2 Dutch travelers had vanished without a trace. Locals, police, and detectives from the Netherlands launched an extensive search, combing through the dense jungle for weeks. No clues surfaced until a backpack was found near a river, holding their phones, camera, and scattered belongings. Lisanne's camera contained a series of disturbing photos. Strange mounds of dirt, scattered items, and an unsettling image of Chris. The phone logs showed numerous failed calls for help, suggesting they had been lost for days. Speculation ran wild. Accident, foul play, or something even more chilling? The jungle held its secrets tightly, and while some answers were found, the full story of what happened to Chris and Lisanne remains a haunting mystery. Last Descent.
Who said, because it's there? And what mountain? Well, the mountain's easy enough. Everest. But the man, George Lee Mallory.
George Mallory dreamed of conquering Mount Everest before anyone else. His first attempt set a world altitude record, but the expedition ended in tragedy when 7 porters were lost to the mountain's harsh conditions, forcing Mallory to retreat. But Everest called him back. In 1924, he returned, determined to reach the summit, no matter the cost. This time, he climbed with Andrew Irvine, a young climber skilled in using new oxygen technology. As they neared Everest's final pyramid, clouds swallowed them whole. The world never saw them again.
Mallory would say, well, we've got to hurry up here because it's almost approaching dusk. Unfit enough to say, oh no, I don't think we can manage it. I think you've been perfectly willing to go on, and they might well have got to the top.
Decades later, in 1999, Mallory was discovered, preserved by the ice, but Irvine's remains and their camera, potential proof of their success, were never found. Some believe they reached the peak before tragedy struck, while others think Everest claimed them before they could make history. Their final fate remains one of the greatest mountaineering mysteries ever. Scary Dash Cam. Driving down an empty road, a woman finds her path blocked by a group of men dumping trash. Annoyed but undeterred, she confronts them, unaware of how quickly the situation will escalate. At first, they ignore her, but then one of them notices the small, blinking light of her dash cam. Everything changes. Their expressions harden, their movements become tense, and suddenly, hostility fills the air.
What do you think you're doing? It's illegal, dumping rubbish.
Hey, stop. The camera! Give me your camera!
She doesn't wait to find out what happens next. Sensing the shift, she throws her car into reverse and takes off, adrenaline pumping as she watches them in her rearview mirror. Fortunately, she manages to escape, but the encounter leaves an unsettling thought lingering. Had she not been able to get away, what would they have done? The dashcam that first put her in danger may have also been the one thing that saved her, capturing a moment that serves as a chilling warning to others.
Hey, stop! The camera! Give me your camera!
Get off! Get off! For God's sake!
Stalking Live.
Sleeping on a bench for a girl's weird. You know, they're like gonna come up, touch me weird or something weird. You can't let that happen, okay? Hello. Hello.
In 2020, Japanese Twitch streamer I'm Jasmine had a disturbing encounter while live streaming. She was casually walking and chatting with her viewers when a man approached and tried to start a conversation. She told him she was live and politely asked him to give her space, but he ignored her. Instead, he kept moving closer, making her visibly uncomfortable. She tried to keep things calm, but he wouldn't back off.
Oh, hi. Hello. Oh my God, why are you touching me? No. Yeah, this is live stream. Man, stop touching me, man. No.
Frustrated and unsettled, she decided to go home, hoping that would end the encounter. But the man followed her through the streets, making the situation worse. As she walked faster, her fear became more obvious, and eventually, she broke down crying. The disturbing moment played out in real time, with viewers watching helplessly. It was a deeply uncomfortable situation that left her shaken and raised concerns about safety for people streaming alone in public.
Hi. Okay. What do I do? Oh my God, I hate my life.
Was he right here? Unwanted audience. Hannah Viverette was recording a TikTok video in her Maryland apartment when a chilling moment unfolded. While dancing in her living room, the balcony door suddenly opened and a man stepped inside.
Who are you? Please get out. No, please get out.
The intruder, identified as Angel Rodriguez Gomez, had been seen around the complex before. Hannah's reaction was swift, backing away while capturing his image before running to a neighbor for safety. The unsettling encounter, caught on camera, quickly spread online, raising concerns about security and personal safety.
Please get out of my apartment right now. Get out. Get out.
When I saw his hands in his pockets and I was standing there fearful, I thought maybe he was going to come at me with a weapon.
Authorities later arrested Gomez, charging him with burglary and stalking. Hannah later expressed gratitude that she was unharmed, but the fear of what could have happened lingers. The incident remains a stark reminder that sometimes danger can come from familiar faces, lurking just beyond a locked door. On stream. A streamer's broadcast took a disturbing turn when a stranger approached her midstream, leaning in close to whisper something in her ear. The message was unclear, but whatever he said instantly unsettled her. Trying to keep her composure, she brushed it off, but the situation quickly escalated. The man lingered, hovering